Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mommy and this is Uni Sports, where I talk about books, historical books, biographies, non-biographies, fiction, non-fiction, of course Christian novels. I also share from the word and of course life experiences, personal life experience and that of others. And if you're visiting here for the first time, you are welcome. You're in safe hands. So what you want to do is click on the subscribe button and on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, because you don't want to miss out on any of my amazing content, right? So today I have a word for teenagers and parents. So if you're a parent or if you're a teenager, this content is for you. And I would like to start by saying that parents, stop deciding the future of your children. Stop trying to decide the destiny of your child. If you are a teenager, stop allowing the world to decide your destiny and your future. Yesterday, I witnessed two scenarios that saddened my heart, right? I was at the cyber cafe. I went to do something in a school cyber cafe, and there were some, people trying, it's the season, and of course, people came to process their post-TMing. While they were doing that, there were two people before me, actually about three of them, but two of them came to process to apply to that school. And the one, there was the girl and then the young guy. The girl came with her elder brother, and she wanted to study. She was detecting the things, information to the cyber cafe woman, and the woman was typing, and then she detected the subject she did in jam to her age and everything. And then after the whole application, the school declined her application, right? On what basis? They said she had the wrong subject combination in jam. And then I expected this girl to kind of withdraw, like move back, try to check her phone, see what went wrong, see other details on the school page and all those things. So she told her brother, she said, call daddy, call daddy. And then the other brother stepped out of the cyber cafe room and went to make a call. He came back and said, daddy said you will write your jam next year. And then the lady stood up sadly, like too sad, carried her things and left. I was very sad about that. And there are a lot of people that played a role in making this happen in a situation. And then the other guy that was standing beside her, like the next person came, and the cyber cafe woman was already saying, I hope you do not decline your own application too. I hope. And sadly, he wanted to study accounting, so the lady had maths, English, economics and physics. Meanwhile, you need chemistry to study computer science in that school. You need chemistry. Chemistry is a required subject for you as a science student. And then this other guy wanted to study accounting, but he had the subject combination maths, English, commerce and government. He didn't choose economics. And then the woman just said, let me check your own before you waste your money. And then she checked, and then it turned out that he could not also apply for accounting on the basis of wrong subject combination. And then right there and then, there was a lecturer that came with the guy, and the man was like, which other course can he now do? Which one? He now sat down, started checking. He can, okay, pole science. I think his subject combination can go for pole science. And then the cyber cafe woman said, ah, pole science máa le, ó le o, ó le o, meaning that post political science is a very difficult course to study, that you can't do it o, it's a very difficult course. And my mind, I was like, what do you mean it is a difficult course? As a mass communication student, I offered statistics in school. You may say it's just the basic, calculations and stats, but I did calculations, and I stopped doing calculation way back, like how many, like about 4 years before the time I offered this course. There were other courses that I offered as a mass communication student. As a matter of fact, there are courses under mass communication that are that you really really have to take seriously, like law, journalism, law, right? And we did that for almost the most time of our stay in school. So what do you mean political science is difficult? And then the young guy in question said, no, that he just started squeezing his face that he wasn't going to do it anymore. He wasn't going to do it. And then the man was like, hey, let's check another one. And then he came up with another one, this time with what's that, what's that course, okay, with psychology. Was it psychology? No, sociology. Yes, sociology. And the man was like, sociology, oh yeah, about physics. And then that was how they processed sociology for him to do. And then they processed everything, he collected it and left. And my mind, I was like, so I was trying to convince the guy. I was trying to say, you can actually do political science if that is what you want, or please check the website, check other courses that you are actually interested in, or which exactly are you in, because to me the guy doesn't even look like somebody that can do accounting, sorry to say. Okay, to me he looks, in fact he looks more of a political science person than an accounting person. And I was trying to educate him right there that political science is actually this, that, but he was already discouraged. Earlier on I said, parents, stop deciding the future of your children. As much as you can only guide them and trust their decision. Okay, the Bible says, train up a child in the way it should go, and when they are old they will not depart from it. So if you already trained them and they are at the point of making decisions in their life, all you should do is to provide them with all the necessary information, everything they need to know on that particular thing they want to decide on. Provide them all the information and allow them decide, allow them choose. Okay, and when I mean allow them choose, I mean that they can't choose if they do not know about it. They can't choose for themselves if they do not know nothing about it. So you have to first equip them. Okay, you have to first educate them, make sure they are well informed, give them platforms to learn, take them to places. They organize conferences and seminars for teenagers every now and then. You want to take them there, okay, and then allow them to engage them in conversations, to know their interests, to know what they're likely to do in given instances. So I was very sad for the first girl was born 2007, and I knew that when she was dictating her information to the cyber cafe woman, and she said she is April something 2007. I was like, then she couldn't even open an email account by herself, and she had an iPhone with her. She was actually using iPhone right there. And then the woman was like, your email address, and she was like, okay, it's my daddy's own. No, And the woman was like, you need a personal email address, and I don't have. Then somebody said, you have to open, let me show you how to open. Then she wasn't interested. Then the brother collected the phone from her and helped her open a new email address. I was like, hold on, you are using an iPhone. So now, to teenagers, what do you do on your phone? What exactly are those things you do on your phone, aside from chatting, right? Of course, when I was young, I did chat. In fact, I used to be online, like on, say, to go. Yeah, to go was that social media app that time. I used to be on to go like almost every night, right? But during the most part of the day, I was always reading novels, reading. Of course, I read novels that time. And I was just always reading during the day. I would, myself and my friend would combine money, we contribute money to go and buy books. That time they used to sell 15 naira storybooks, 100 naira storybooks. The 100 naira storybook was the one that has a very very sleek back. Like the back is always shining and it has more fine cover page. Then 15 naira one has like a very dull type of cover page. But we love the book anyway. Most of the time we buy 15 naira storybooks that I used to read. And myself and my friend, shout out to Yoluwa Tsumininu, myself and my friend would exchange storybooks. That's what we used to do back then. But in the night I would be online, chatting and all those things. But I had phone then. So now my question is, teenagers, what are you doing online? If you must have a personal email address as a young person, as a teenager, you must have a personal email address. Also, always research, google things online. So these two people now, two teenagers, actually the other guy was born 2005, and two of them were declined admission because of wrong subject combination. So parents, you see why I said you need to actually feed your children with information, engage them in conversations, make sure they are informed. They should not just always be online using their phone to do what. Make sure they are informed, ask them questions. Also, do not just give them money. Do not just um do not just decide, okay, you're like that other girl. She said, okay, so from what played out, it means that was her dad that actually wanted her to study computer science. And so when she called, she had to call the daddy, this, that, and the daddy said, you're writing another jam next year. And then she just said, okay, except it is actually the course she wanted to study. So it's not enough for you to just decide the course they want to study. Now daddy decided what course to study, or she decided what course to study. Daddy approved, but daddy didn't follow up whether or not, and neither did mommy did. They did not follow up on whether or not she chose the right subject for the particular course she wanted to study. I know during my own time, my parents didn't even know that I was going to sit for some exams. Like when I sat for GC, like I did all the processing myself, and that's because the word was a bit thinner during my own time. I'm still very young, but during my own time there was no TikTok, right? There was no, even Instagram was not really as that very popular, right? So it was just to go on Facebook. There was not too many social media apps for people to spend time on. So I read, like I said earlier, I read most time of the day, and also then in the night was the only time even though I usually have phone with me during the day. So parents, the world is not the way it used to be again. Make sure that you are actually following up on your children. Do not just decide for them. Make sure you follow up. As much as it's not good for you to decide, but if you eventually see that the decision you made for the child is the best, make sure you follow up. Honestly, I felt sad for that girl, in fact for the two of them. And then it was the cyber cafe woman who suggested that the guy go for sociology, and he was like, sociology is still okay. And I'm like, in this age and time, you just want to go and study sociology for what? You just want to go and study that for what? You spend 4 years to do that. What do you have plans for that sociology you want to go and study? It is good to study the course, but he just made the decision right there on the spot. He doesn't even know what that is about. They just said for him, he collected the course. Children, teenagers, make findings, check online, check. When I wanted to go to school, I actually checked online for different courses. I checked the mini, I checked if I saw psychology. So at that point I was even seeing psychology for the first time. I checked what psychology was going to be about. I checked sociology as an art student, right? I checked law, I checked English language, I checked literature, until then I now decided on mass communication. Go online to search, check this, they are all online. Go online to check them online. And then cyber cafe people, please, it's your job, right? And we are trusting you. We come to you because we trust you that you're professionals. Can you please be at the top of your game? This, I know that these two people now, two teenagers, actually went to the cyber cafe to register their jam courses, picking that course, and the cyber cafe person did not cannot a big thanks to Mr. Sule. Mr. Sule was actually my secondary school teacher, right? And then he owns a cyber cafe. When I wanted to write my own jam, I was just looking for cyber cafe around, and then I saw the cyber cafe. I entered. He happened to be my teacher in school, and I was like, good afternoon. And then in fact, he was checking when I was choosing some schools. He helped me check, not really because he knows me as a student, right? But he was intentional about each registration, right? He is very intentional about each registration that he does for every student that comes to his cyber cafe. Up your game. Up your game. You're not just there to say collect money or help us type. Up your game. These two teenagers made mistakes because the parents didn't follow up. They also did research online, and then the cyber cafe people also did not bother. They just picked courses. And most of the time, because students will always be students, there are some courses or some subjects you just never like. Okay, so students might want to intentionally dodge that subject. Like, as soon as they finish in secondary school and then now is that institution that they have to choose, obviously they want to dodge it. If they knew they can. Okay, but you have to be ready, even as a cyber cafe person, to give a professional advice to people, help them check and recheck. Yesterday was not too funny. Those two people went home sad. Two teenagers went home sad. I hope this blessed you. Parents, be at the top of your game. Don't just decide. Make sure your children are informed. Like, provide them platforms to learn. Make sure they are doing the right thing on their phone, at least when you're around. Send things, share them links on WhatsApp. If you see any information you think they will find useful, share it with them. Let them learn. I wasn't too happy about what happened yesterday, and I felt like this is someone's fault, right? Not just one person, three of them, the teenagers, their parents, and the cyber cafe. And the cyber cafe woman would not even, just decided political science is difficult. You're not supposed to discourage these people. What do you mean it's difficult? So who is supposed to take the course? Are there special people that political science is designed for? Please just render your service, and let everybody have peace of mind. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this led, you have to take action, even as a youth out there. That you have teenagers around you. Every single opportunity you have, engage them in conversations. Try to chip in one information or the other that I think they will find useful. And I think with that, they should be able to make better decisions in the future, because actually they don't do it's only a few of them that actually maximize the use of their mobile phone. Thank you for coming here. This is Unisport. My name is Mommy, and you want to subscribe to my channel. Also, drop a comment down below, and if you know anything, like if you've actually experienced this before, or you know someone that has experienced this, but please drop a comment and let us know how the person was able to go about it. My name is Mommy once again. You want to follow me on Instagram at uni.sport, on Twitter at Orofeonimix, on you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.